Hello, hello, good morning. Yes, it's another beautiful Friday, and like we say, thank God it's Friday. My name is Princess Cassie, and this is Wake Up Nigeria. You're welcome. We're reaching you live from our Srtv studio here in Delta. Of course, we already have Abuja seated by, and we have a lot coming from our national dailies today. Too many topical issues that we'll be talking on today, and of course, the nation is still, mourning the passing of our superstar Junior Pope. He's young, he's vibrant, so much energy. And I think people are not even finding it funny. Blames here and there, accusation. We see more of that on the news today. But quickly, let me take you to Abuja. Blessing, good morning.
Good morning, Princess. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, and you? How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
And so we have quite a lot today on the news, and viewers and Edo will be joining us maybe later as well. But blessing, let's talk about the trending. I know one topical issue that I've actually covered, the social media since yesterday has been the issue of Junior Pope, and of course the survivors. They came out, they tell their side of the story, even though Nigerians, some are bashing, some, are mourning, some are accusing. But I don't know if Professor, you've seen the video trending making of one of the survivors. Did you see that video?
Yes, yes, yes. The video of the guy you mentioned yesterday, it's a virus. Yes, I did.
Yeah. So, how do you feel? What's your take on that particular video?
For me, he basically spoke about himself and how he does not like water, how his spiritual mother, or how do they call it, told him to offer sacrifices before entering the water, and how everything happened. I think the accident was basically out of carelessness, because the way he narrated
Carelessness.
the incident, the both the driver was trying to be in the video that they were making on the boat, and so he did not see to look well to see that there was another boat coming, and then the collision happened. So it was basically out of carelessness, and knowing that they were not putting on life jackets. I think that risk that they took was life threatening, and the result is that we've lost 5 lives.
Well, it's really sad, and I personally, when I watched that video, I drew so many things from that video, so many things. But maybe we're going to discuss on them later. And of course, Nollywood are blaming themselves, blaming each other, fighting. But funny enough, all this will not even bring back the young man. That is the most painful part of it. But like we saw yesterday, also that somebody actually, did a video of him whilst he was confirmed dead from the hospital bed, doing a video of him and all that, which a lot of people are actually, that is Jerry Amilio, which a lot of people have been calling him out, insulting him and all that. I think our Nollywood as an industry, we really need to do more. Really need to put their houses in order, and all that. And of course, another thing I drew from that story is unpaid salary of them, of not paying their artist fee and all that, and begging to do a job. So my question is, it's even painful that Daddy Chris won't be here today. When they say somebody is a producer, do you just go and pack people in the name of friends, come and do this movie, please take this amount and all that? Otherwise, you can't just owe people, you are not willing to pay them, and then you call yourself a producer. What's the essence of you being a producer? Your work is to pay people and they do the job. But when you are bringing people, and we are even talking about river and all that. And another thing I drew from that story is the fact that the guy did say they went to the police station, the marine police, and the police were angry that all the time we tell you people, tell us before going there, come here and rent, life jacket. but you will always do your thing because you people are greedy, you people are stingy and all that. So these are some of the issues we'll actually be looking at today. Yes, thank you, Edo, for joining us. And Blessing, if we can just go quickly to the papers.
Okay, so we will start with the Guardian. The big story here. Um, a minute, please. Okay, the big story on the Guardian says hard times for addicts. Fresh concerns as youth get high on fizzes, nutmeg, and illicit substances. This story is on pages 4 and 5. Afenifere urges Southwest governors to get FG's grants for farmers. This is on news page 27. Lagos Calabar to be completed in 8 years at 4 billion per kilometer. This is also on the news page 3. Top four banks earn 8 trillion naira in 12 months, record 3.5 trillion FX gain. Nigeria records $3.2 billion loss in the first quarter as oil production hits record low. Minister apologizes for jive on electricity consumption culture and cheap tariffs. This is on the news page 6. Inquiry on Okwama killings. Journalists barred as stakeholders worry over fairness. This is on news page 28. Christian elders link insecurity to foreign invasion. This is also on the news page 29. These are all the stories we have this morning on The Guardian. Princess, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes,
I said fresh concerns for our youths. Edo Princess and Shalom, what do we make of this? I don't know. The more we talk, the more we hear new things they are using to, get high or get themselves into, that state. And I don't know. What do we do? The more we talk about, I think some of these substances go into extinction and new one comes in place and they keep taking. So how do we even go about this? Because we preach, we talk, we sing, we shout, it's still there. What are we not doing right?
I think we are trying. We should just continue. We should just continue. We should just continue. Parents, we should start from the home. This in our African society, we believe that it's not only one person that gives birth to a child. The community elders, everybody should put their hands together and just keep talking. We should just keep talking. That's in schools. We should start from our schools. We should keep talking about drug abuse, because sometimes this thing starts from very little things like cough medicine. Then from there it start increasing, then they start looking for something bigger. So we should start from our schools, let them understand what drug abuse, substance abuse really is. And I think if we can correct it from the basis, we should just try. We cannot just stop talking. There's nothing we are not doing wrong, right or wrong. We are trying. Society is trying. Government is trying. But this thing is just there. So we should just continue talking.
I remember some years ago when I was still in secondary school. Um, I used to be, I was kind of big in my class, and we sit at the back, myself and my friends, we sit at the back of the class, the last chair behind. We were kind of big, we were like bullies. When we are not in the classroom, the other guys in the class would warn anybody not to sit on our seats. Why? Because when we come, we're going to deal with you. So it so happened that one of my friends, we were in J1 to be precise, junior school. Whenever it comes to school, it comes with marijuana and we'll straw out and, uh, just smoke. But the way I said it sounded as if I was smoking. No, I didn't smoke. The reason is I came from a very humble background. I lost my dad when quite very young, when I was young. I think I lost my dad, that should be 1989 or 1990. I was quite young. But you see, um, my mom, she is more than 5 men. If she does not beat you, she will tell you, wait for your head and die. That is what I don't want to experience. So because I understand the kind of home that I hail from, something held me back from smoking. Why? Because I said to myself, if I should smoke this marijuana, I know the effect it will have on me. I can't think normal. I may just get home and say I know, and I will say to my elder brother, I have five, man. How are you, man? They will know something has changed. So I was talking to myself. I said, if I should smoke, this may land me in trouble. So when Nasiru gave me the marijuana to smoke, I said, no. I gave an excuse. What was the excuse? I said, that's not how you know a hard man. I said, a hard man is somebody that can fight. I was a bully. I know how to fight very well. So because I used that as an excuse so that I would not look like a weakling to them, but actually I was afraid of the home I hailed from. Now I'm citing this story because of the fact that if parents can stand their ground to raise their children the way they should, they say, like the saying goes, charity begins at home. Charity begins. Nobody should take care of your child more than you. Princess rightly said that it's not one person that gives birth to children. That being true, but you see, you must make all the effort, all the frantic effort to see to it that your child stands out among the crowd. I had to use myself as an example because I would have been a smoker by now if not for the fear. They said the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. My own was the fear of my parents and my brothers at the beginning of wisdom. That saved me a lot from trouble. So parents should wake up and take a stand to say to themselves that this is what I'm going to make out of my child. I know a child that wants to go bad will always go bad. No matter, they say a dog that wants to get lost, no matter how the owner blow his whistle, it will keep going and all of that. But you see, parents can actually teach their children the way they can go or they should go.
Well, I think I agree with you, Shalom. First of all, let's start from the house, the parent. They say charity begins at home. So even though we get to school, if you are properly brought up, when you even go to school, sometimes you tend to avoid these people and such things. Even though we know at some point in life, people just decide to do whatever they want, especially away from their family and all that. So I think our government also, in as much as we do so much, we do so much to caution the parents, the teachers, the schools, institution. Another thing is, the ordinary guy on the streets. Nobody talks to them. Sometimes you go to the market, some slum area, and then they easily get the weed and other people that take other substances as well. And though, but some of them, we know that some of these pharmacies around, they don't ask for prescription. All they just want to do is, especially small chemists, and once you go and ask for this medication, tramadol, codeine and all that, they just bring and give to you. And I'm really, if you look at the picture critically, you see the image there is quite disturbing, it's worrisome, and of course the analysis there is disturbing. Funny enough, if you look at these youths, most of them are very, very young. Most of them are young, and these are people that sometimes when they take these drugs, some of them react so negatively to it, where the things start affecting their brains immediately. While some of them, of course, they have maybe high spirit or immune or whatsoever, and they are strong. And so I remember when I had accidents and I was giving tramadol, I started acting strange. I started I don't know if it's convulsion, and immediately they had to do something to stop it, which I was told never in my life to take tramadol again. It was even one capsule they gave to me because then I had accidents on my way to school. And so I don't want to imagine somebody taking 3 4 of that as a dose, 5, and repeatedly. And so let's even look at not just the fact that uh, these things are are damaging their brains. Even some of them are strong. I know somebody that came from abroad that is always taking drugs, and he said, "Ah, no, my head is strong. It's not like all these ones. My blood, I have strong blood." And I say, okay, let's assume this thing is not affecting your head, but at some point, what of your, organs? You keep taking this, you keep taking this, what's it called, drug, tend to stay away. You cannot run away from yourself, no matter what you're trying to avoid, no matter where you're trying to get to the highness. At some point, when this thing fade away, it comes back. You are normal again. So it's just better. I think government too, we need to checkmate individuals, parents, and all of us. We just need to, when you see somebody like that, my friend, even now, if most time if I call, he wouldn't pick because he knows that I will keep asking. I said, even if you can't do away with it one time, gradually, if you used to take like 3 4 times a day, you can make it two, and after a while one, and before you know, you can actually just do away with it. And I don't know, it's becoming unbecoming in the society. Look at the analysis here, is quite worrisome, um is quite worrisome. Even the ones charged to court, and the seizure of, assorted illicit drugs. You can see the amounts here, that is the breakdown here. It's really worrisome. Hard time for addicts. And now that the economy is high, they are still having money to patronize these people. They are still buying. I don't even know how they, somebody just waste their hard-earned money on drug. Anyway, uh there's another story here I want us to look on as well. This Okoma killing. There's a story here that says inquiry on Okoma killings. Journalists bar as stakeholders worry over fairness. We know that there's this journalist that actually went there some days ago. I don't know how he was able to actually get into that forest. And we are seeing now that journalists bad. So obviously, we know that we still have the presence of the military around. We have the presence of the soldiers around, inside the community, and of course around the community as well. And now that journalists are not being even allowed. So what do you think? What do you make of this, Princess?
This issue is always very dicey for me because I cannot begin to imagine. I don't know whether to call it a cleansing, an ethnic cleansing. I don't know how to describe this kind of inhumanity to a set of people. I don't know how to describe it. Then refusing them aid, then you not wanting people to see what has gone on. I don't know how to put it. And it's like people are not talking. People are not talking because in this one Nigeria, this one country, such a thing is going on, and no agitation, no anything, just there. It's it's very disturbing. It's like these people don't matter. It's really disturbing. What is the cost of a life in Nigeria? What is the value of a Nigerian life to the Nigerian government? So all these are NGOs that talk about um, um, money, corruption, and all. If they all come together in one voice and lend their weight behind these people, I think something would have broken loose by now. If everybody talk about it the way we talk about it, something would have broken loose by now. Alright. It's really disturbing. Don't know what to say.
And another disturbing thing there is that, even stakeholders worried about, fairness. I don't know. I don't think they are being fair on the
There's no
people as well.
fairness.
The fact,
It's obvious
mm-hmm.
there's no fairness. There's no justification for that action. There's no justification. The military people that were killed have been buried. But the people that were erased, wiped out, extinguished, I don't know how to put it, from that community, nothing is being said about them. Are they the ones that directly caused that impact, that killing? No. But yet They've received the brunt of it. Okay, what's going to happen? You will not let them come home, as if there's any home to return to. You will not let people give them food. It's as if you destroy their villages, then the remnants should die of hunger, and nobody should even see it. They should just die, and you just, it's like you are covering a butterfly. You are covering it inside a cup until it dies. There's no explanation. There's no justification. The act, first of all, is not fair. So what's sitting is is like in the Avatar when some people at Kyoshi Island said, we are justice, as in it is just us. So that is justice. We bring the accusation, and we decide what the punishment is. Just us is justice. So that is just what I'm seeing here. They've done what they want to do, and they are the ones setting up a panel. It's just them. It's just justice. I don't know. There's nothing. That's the only way I can put it.
Anyway, there's another story here as well that says minister apologizes for GIF on electricity consumption, culture, cheap tariffs. Yes, I saw that news, something about, the minister saying that it is because the tariff is too cheap. What we're buying is actually too cheap. That is why we leave our refrigerators on, why we even go to work and we go out, we don't turn them off. But I think the minister also forgot the part that sometimes Nigerians will hardly see the light. So the moment we see the light, we need to cool this refrigerators or our freezers, because if you don't know when the light will go off, and of course you don't know when you see the light again. And so because of that statement, a lot of people have been dragging him. I saw the post, and it was at some point he came back to say he's sorry, and he didn't mean it that way. But we all know that in Nigeria you cannot say uh okay, I think I'm going now, let me turn off my fridge or all that, because the fact that most time you don't have the light, I mean, you might have so much inside your freezer. And if you tend to live with that, turning it on or leaving it, sometimes you see that the time you will go at, and I know that our electricity companies, they are very good at that. Sometimes everybody goes to work, that's after, I mean, maybe 8 9, they'll bring the lights. And when it's maybe afternoon or evening, they just take it. And sometimes we don't have light even at the night time that people are usually at home. And so I think that's why people actually leave their refrigerators on, because a lot of people have raw stuff there. And you can't not just tell Nigerians to turn it off anytime they are going out. Or if they bring the light, eventually the light we don't get to see every day. And that now is insisting, he said, not actually insisting that it's because our tariff is actually too cheap. That is why Nigeria is doing that, and that is, so do you think, blessing, that is the reason for the increase, even though they are tying it that no, it's come for commercial people or whatever, Nigeria and their, tactics.
It's just beating around the bush. It can never be the reason. Like you said, we hardly see light. Most time I go home and I hear that, oh, there was light. Yesterday I got home and there was no light, but a neighbor, when I asked, the neighbor said, oh, there was light in the afternoon. I was not there. So if my freezer was not on, then the things inside would have been something else. So he's saying that, first of all, was wrong, because we don't see this light all the time, and so we just have to just leave it on, so that when at least you plug it to a stabilizer, and then at least you are sure that you will not have any electricity mishap when they bring the lights, right? Him saying that they're just beating around the bush. They know that that is not the reason. They know that it is not cheap. Right now, it is not cheap. It was not cheap before, and it is still not cheap. So he's just beating around the bush. That is not their reason.
The point is, why did you buy a refrigerator? Is it not for you to be putting it on to preserve your perishables? If you want, it's
Exactly.
not fun now. It's not fun that when you want to leave the house, you put it off. It's not AC like when you are leaving the house, you put it off. You bought refrigerator so you can put it on for a long time to preserve your perishables. So the man, I think the thing just came out of his brain one side. Because first of all, He should have said AC or fan or something, not refrigerator. Even cold room sef, they put on their blast freezers for, they don't even put it off. Talk less of, abeg, e just, e sure they no drag am reach. Just talk.
Anyway, you know that he actually came out to say sorry. He's not apologizing, even though that kind of statement is something that has to do with all Nigerians, both the rich and of course the middle class, and even stakeholders, even experts have been calling him out. How can you say such a thing? You people have done that. Okay, we are not at a point where even we cannot preserve our food again. That is the reason people want to throw this, hike and all that. Anyway, I love the fact that he came out to apologize. And besides, um at this point, I think the government should just know that we have too many issues already, and electricity should not even be one of them. They should not, get, they say it's band A people that they will actually increase their tariff, like what the man said the other day when he come on the show. When he came on the show. Anyway, I'm actually hoping that somehow they will not come and be pushing it to every Nigerian by style, sha, that
It
we
will
change
reach
our mind
there.
just
It will
because
get there.
because the way they are saying it, that it's not actually for everybody, a specific persons running big, maybe for commercial use, for hotels, and even for industries. But the fact that the more you're increasing their tariff, the more will be expensive as well. So we all are actually at risk, not just them. Anyway, there's a story here. Bless Princess. Yesterday we did speak on agriculture to a very high extent. Farming as well. And then there's a story here that say Afenifere urges Southwest governors to get FG's grants for farmers. Do you think that will really go a long way?
It will. It will. I was talking about, they were talking on student loan. I talked about this Fed FG loans, FG loans and grants that was initially disbursed through Nassau Bank, and I saw the impact it made. There was a woman that collected about 6 million. She was into poultry farming, and when she put it into her farm, because it came as equipment and other things, then I think about 30% in cash. When she put that thing into her farm, and other people that had taken before and came again to assess another, as they paid off and came back for another one, we were talking about how their farm were before they collected it, and they've grown. And you could feel the impact of that thing on their farm. Then there's even something that Smedan did. Pastor Shalom, I think we should try and talk to those Smedan people. There's something that they did. I think they gave a cluster of farmers 400,000. About how many of them? Not so much, but about, they just gather people together. Like, how many of you are there in a cluster? They gave them 400,000. How many of you are there? They just shared the thing. They went there, gave them technical support, and you were there when the farmers were calling, were like, we are coming, and they went there. People were calling them, we are 10 here, we are 20 here, and they would just go there, give them, and it's helping. It's really helping. So if they get FG grants, it's not like they're paying back. If they get FG grants and put it into agriculture, it's gonna be something. Imagine somebody gets FG grant, like we heard from Dr. Laboya yesterday, and put into corn maize production in a state like Edo, for instance. Imagine the impact it will have on poultry farmers, because those making feed and all that will have
Yeah.
access to it. So just imagine, it will go a long way. And it's not like they are paying back. So that means that they are at ease to work the money. The money can go in, and it will really be good.
Hmm. Anyway, anything that we and I'm actually always in support of anything that has to do with our farmers, people who are willing, to bring food to the nation, unlike we that are out, doing something else, or other people. But these are people without food. No one of us can actually survive. And so I'm always very interested when we hear anything about farmer or farming. I really do hope that the governors also will listen, and of course, um, do something about that. Like I said yesterday, look at that very young fresh graduate that came here. Look at the passion, the interest. So just imagine this young one is actually getting support, and in a few years, she will be up there, So I really hope that our governors as well will key into this, and they will stop actually giving the farmers, villagers land to companies. We have vast land across states. They can give those ones to to industries or companies, but not our farms. Okay, we move forward to the next paper. There's a particular news I really want us to look on, but I think we have it on one of the major headline in one of the newspapers. So I'm going to skip until we get you know, uh, to that particular paper. But there's this. I want us to look at Vanguard here, because of this Junior Pope story. I think that's the only paper that actually took that story. So I want us to talk on it more today. And the headline here says, Lagos Calabar Coastal Road uproar over cost as FG proposes 3,000 per toll gate. Bless Shalom. Do you think that is even feasible or obtainable in Nigeria? When we talk about toll gates, we know the issue of toll gates. Even then, we had the issue of Lekki toll gate that was bringing so much issues, so much troubles, and that was why too the NSAS, energy was get towards that place. Somebody would just months. And they said then the money was going to now president. And so, but do you think that is even okay? Each toll gate before that means when you get to that road, because the first paper we took, says uh Lagos Calabar to be completed in 8 years at 4 billion per kilometer. So I want us to do this. I'm not a mathematician, but if we're saying 4 billion per kilometer, so that means we're actually talking about trillions of naira or billions, trillions already. Shalom, can you hear me? Hello, Shalom, are you there? Okay, I think either their network or my network is bad. Blessing, can you hear me?
Well, I can hear you.
Okay, I really wanted to throw that particular question to Shalom, as regarding this Lagos to Calabar road that is gulping so much, drinking so much of our money and all that. And then we're not saying that the road will be completed
Your
in
network
8
was
years.
really, really bad. So
Can you hear?
I can hear you now.
Okay, okay. I was talking about the Lagos. Okay, I think we'll go back to that story. But Blessing, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Actually, I think it's their network. Okay, so let's go back to the Vanguard newspaper. I was actually on that paper, and go ahead.
Okay, I should continue with Vanguard.
Yes, I've taken just the main headline. We wanted to discuss on that Lagos Calabar road before their network issue. But I really want to throw that question to Shalom.
Okay, so the top story by the left says
Continue.
Tinubu, Jibrin, Kalu, Uzodinma, Obi, and others mourn as Ogbonnaya Onu dies at 72. Odili declares full barriers. Junior Pope, how Fanta, money I sprayed in the river saved me. That's coming from a survivor. Christian elders to Tinubu report. And this is on page 10. Um, we have Wigwe. Why Ogunbajo's family sued charter company over helicopter crash. Minister apologizes for saying Nigerians keep freezers on due to low tariff. Okwama. Army invades another Delta community Arrest 10, raises homes. Um, oh, this is by the sports. We have Osimhen close to accepting PSG's 17 billion naira per season offer. Manufactured goods imports rise 269% naira, exports decline. And we have a picture, well, or rather, we have pictures of Junior Pope. We also have a picture of Tochukwu Oka for Survivor, and Adama Luke, the movie producer, by the front page of the Vanguard.
Well, I'm quite happy that he made it out. Yesterday, I was really sad also that, yeah, we're talking about not just Junior Pope, we're talking about ZTK virus and other people as well. But unfortunately, not just Junior Pope, we're talking about the makeup artist, the sound engineer, and some other people. It's quite sad. Now, when you look at that, he did say that how Fanta money he sprayed in the river saved his life. Anyway, people with their belief, I cannot, go against his belief. But we know that there's this, when I watched that video, I took some things, like I said earlier, where the police statement that each time we've said this over and over again that before you go there as marine police, tell us, and even if anything happen, call us. We have special divers, right? And so this show negligence on the part of the industry, and of course that particular movie producer. I didn't even know that we had police or marine police around, and they were available life jackets to be how much is it to rent a life jacket? It shouldn't be more than maybe 1K or 2K. So I don't think it's something that you have to actually break a bank to rent. And so
Even
that the
if
police,
it's more,
yes, go ahead.
even if it's more than 2K, that is cheap compared to how valuable life is.
It's actually very sad to know that these things were actually close by, where, because like what he even said, it's as if the police, he said that they are around, not like they are very far away. And of course, also, he made mention of the fact that while he was, other people coming actually saw them while the thing went up and then came down. So other boats that were coming, because of course there were other people also moving from one place to another. So at that point, I think there was no, I'm not sure there was a quick response. Of course, and he did say that he was holding on to the boat, the rope, for a long time, and the other girl was actually holding on to him as well. And at some point, the boat that saw them came and carried them. So my point is, he said when he got there, they took him out. So why didn't he call? Why didn't he shout that there were people, find a way to get a diver immediately, instead of not pacing, driving somewhere and coming back before we not start looking for Junior Pope or whatever. And so I think there was actually a delay in that at that time. That is one thing I actually got from is what he said. And of course, he did say something like when he came out, the police wanted to actually arrest him, saying that Adama Luke alleged that he was the one, the pilot, or the pilot of the boat did say that he stood covering him, and that's why he did not see the boat that was coming, and therefore they collided. And you know that he was now saying that, look at my body, I am very skinny, I don't have weight. How will I stand and I will just cover somebody that is piloting a boat? So I know that they, of course, they will be accusing, pointing, accusing fingers. They will be blaming each other. But from what I saw on that video, what he was, the story he was narrating, I just feel that this was something that could have been avoided. Seriously, this was a death that could have been avoided. They are not supposed to get to a point where Junior Pope will have to die on the process. The fact that they were having fun. It's just like somebody that has never maybe gone into water before, and then you were scared. I've never been into water, so I don't know, but I'm just trying to imagine that they were scared at first, and then as they were going, it became fun. They were doing video, but it was up to the pilot that was piloting them as well to know that you are, if just like you're driving on the road, you cannot be carried away. You have to be focused. Other vehicles are coming. You are not the only road user. You have people left and right. So you have, my mother will always say, you don't drive for yourself alone. You drive for every single body, the other vehicle that is coming, the bike, the keke, even the person that is walking, is trekking. You drive for every. You have to be vigilant. And so somebody just, saying that somebody actually covered him, and that's why the virus should be, what's his name again? Yes, Tochukwu Okafor should actually be arrested. So Nigerians, we are very funny people. At a point where, Junior Pope was not even found yet, and others were, busy drowning, they were thinking of how to arrest the one that just came out of that accident or incident. I think this is something we should be worried about. And I don't want to believe that, she had the energy to want to bring in police, you know, and at the end of the day, you are supposed to be calling for divers. Look at what the police said. You're supposed to be calling for divers. You're supposed to know that, okay, at this point we need quick response to at least save the ones that are still there. But they were now focusing on energy on something else. And at the point Junior Pope was brought out, a lot of people were there. And there's something called, is it CPR or CP something, when you have to perform something to breathe, help the person to breathe. So if they were not able to do that, they were not able to, the crowd was so much on him. I think there was no oxygen. Of course, the crowd, the noise, and all that. This could actually plunge people back into coma. And so these are some of the issues we actually noticed. And blessing, sincerely, another thing I noticed is the fact that the guy did say Adam and Luke was even adamant paying the money. And so what do we do? I'm not happy that Daddy Chris is not here today, because I would have loved him to actually answer some of these questions as a film producer. That somebody with that money, are they supposed to produce even a film? Because it boils down to the fact that if Adama was not able, to even give Tochukwu Okafor the fee that is due to him, that is 100,000 naira, and he said, like he said, he was doing this for, friendship, for, okay, it's my sister, let's just get this over and done with. And he is not able to, she is not able to still pay that money. I think the production manager had to even pay with his 50K and all that. Apparently there was no money also for life jackets. Don't be surprised, blessing.
You see, even the Bible says, who would want to, I can't remember each word for word, but who would want to do something and will first not calculate the cost and set it aside? If you want to shoot a movie, you don't, how then can you sustain the how do you plan on sustaining the movie? Or do we shoot movies on credit? I really, I'm not in that so much. I'm not an actor, so I don't know. But do we shoot movies on credit? Are there monies for emergencies? How, maybe he should, if he has said, spoken further to say that, oh, maybe he has worked with her before and maybe they paid after selling the movie or after something. But how do they do this? Do you say you are a producer by just writing a script and gathering people on set when you don't have the money to actually, if there was no money, why take people to, there are so many questions. This yesterday, this issue brought me to when finally it was confirmed that Junior Pope died. I actually cried because it was, I'm a huge fan, and then seeing that this death could have been avoided, but carelessness. We don't care. We just see life as nothing really. If she was not, I really don't want to. I know that the pressure is high on her. I really don't want to blame her so much, so that we don't make her go suicidal, or just put her in a corner where she's helpless. But really, if you don't have money, why are you producing a movie? Because producing a movie is cost effective. So I really, at this point, I don't know what to say. I don't know the arrangement and how they did it, how they planned to do it, how the payment was going to come. I don't know the agreement they had, really.
Anyway, it's very worrisome, it's very disturbing. And just maybe this is something that will actually open the eyes of everybody to what's going on in the Asaba movie. I don't know if it's the Asaba moving industry on its own or still the Nollywood. There's something that they do that these young girls, especially the ladies, they will just have small money, and the next thing they are producing. That was what I was trying to ask some producers yesterday. I've been trying to actually bring one of them here, but of course they are all money. I've been calling Asaba, calling a lot of them there, and it's very disturbing the way at which somebody just wake up. They've not been able to even add two movies. They didn't go to a professional school, and the next morning they tell you, I'm a producer, I'm a director, I want to produce a movie. And like you said, you're supposed to have a budget for every film. And then the fact that you were owing this Tochukwu Okafor, and he perpetually started calling, was always calling you to remind you of money due to him. Meanwhile, you already started the project. I think Adam and Luke should be very careful, and all of them as well. He said something about their welfare as well. He didn't say that they only said that 1.5 per day. And these are inclusive, and he mentioned something that was very scary to me too, Blessing, that the previous day they actually left the other side of the community to, I think, to Asaba 10:30 p.m. Did you get to watch that part of the video?
I didn't see that. I saw it part by part by part. He said
Blessing,
that.
are you
I did.
there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I said I didn't get to.
Yes, he said that. The video is very lengthy, and most of the online media are trying to break it uh, while posting it. And so he did say that the previous night they actually left the other side. They crossed that river 10:30 p.m., including Junior Pope without a life jacket for any of them. And then when he got home, he was so disturbed. He was not okay. He started calling. At some point, he wanted to just leave the project, not go back. But the fact that he already started the project, and that day they were to go was the last day that he would complete the project, he just decided, okay, let me just go and do it and even forget about the money since she doesn't want to pay. And that was it. I don't know, that definitely apparently was the last day. And look at what happened. So they've been taking that risk back and forth, not minding and all that. But I'm really very worried. Nollywood have it that I think they have a lot to do at this point. A lot of checkmating in the industry, talking about, especially, I was just telling my kid sister that my kid sister was asking me that, sister, are they supposed to shoot without, go into the water without a life jacket? That was the first question she asked, and I said no. And I said, the producer is supposed, because she was telling me that, but they are adults as well. I said, yes, but let's look at a movie like a Brotherhood. If you've seen that movie, look at it. Is an action movie. They even at some point that. And so I was telling her, are you not sure that making of that movie, the producer, the directors, they had things, safety measures behind, knowing fully well that this is an action movie, and the way we're acting, anything can just go wrong. And so there's always, provision behind. She said, yes, she does believe that. I said,
You
that
know,
is the
you know,
thing. And so you cannot go ahead.
for Brotherhood, a special diver was given the job to dive into the water. If you watch the movie, Toby had to dive into the water. So it was not really him that dived in, because he does not have the technical know-how to do that. So someone else did that on his behalf, and they merged it.
And even at that, I still want to believe that they were majors, not only that scene alone,
Of
but even
course.
the action scene and all that. They were majors actually put in place just in case anything goes wrong and all that. But we saw that with these, people, they've been going back and forth, going to shoot and then coming back even very late at night. I don't think I have the heart to do that. So I don't think anybody should do that as well. If you know you don't know how to swim, stay away from water. I don't think anybody should even try such a thing. And the fact that Adana actually at that point was trying to get somebody arrested, if what this guy, because this guy said it, that yes, they wanted to arrest him, that he was, yeah, Adana said, the pilot did say he stood covering him. So how can somebody just come into your front and stand? I don't know, this story is just, somehow. And then they were trying to get him arrested, somebody that just came out from, survived that kind of, incident. You're trying to arrest him instead of, focusing the energy on getting the people that are actually drowning inside. And so I think these people negligence, actually led to this. Junior Pope is not supposed to die. They actually had the chance to do something, but they were slow, they were delayed, they were not even bothered. Apparently they thought maybe the way this one came out, he's going to come out as well, which is very, very sad. And so he said quite a lot from that video, but we're not going to dwell here. I'm just calling on Nollywood. I'm going to see some of the producers. They really need to checkmate their house. And of course, she had no right producing a movie when she does not have the money to even pay, the actors, let alone other welfare issues that comes with, their whole package. It's actually very shameful. And then there's a story here also that says manufactured goods import rise by 269% to 9 trillion. And of course, we have another one here that says exports export decline. Blessing, are you there? Okay, I think we have network issues. I don't know if it's my network or that of Blessing. I want to believe it's a network. And
I can,
it's quite well. Are you there?
yes, I
Okay,
can hear you.
manufactured goods imports rise 269% to 9 trillion. Export decline. Why would export decline? People will not look at the rate. I don't think people will want to keep, um, exporting at this, rate. And there's a very worrisome story here too, Blessing, that says army invades Delta community, arrest 10 in raises home. I don't know, this Okoma community, it's disturbing, the fact that they are not going to I actually thought after they declared 8 people wanted, and even a monarch had to, just he actually surrendered to them, went there for questioning, which they are still holding, and other people as well. So I don't know why the fact that they go to the places and they start raising houses is something that we should be worried about, because you might want to come and raise innocent person's house or kill them, and at the end of the day you get to find that they are not actually the people that committed the crime. If you said the crime now, they said is Okoma people, now you're not taking it to another community entirely. What do we make of this? I don't know, we spoke about it earlier, but this is even another community. It's not Okoma. I saw the community yesterday. I saw that report, and I don't know what we're supposed to do. I just think that it's not fair also on the parts of these people. You can't keep, troubling these people. Meanwhile, the ones we have caged in the forest are still there, and now we have people that you are not displacing more people over the same issue. And I think like those people said that the experts and all the stakeholders, they are worried that there's not going to be fairness at all, and that is my concern as well. It's worrisome. I am really worried, and I hope that the government can uh, do something about this once and for all. And can we move to the next paper, Blessing?
Okay, let's take the punch. The big story here says Lagos Calabar Highway. FG plans compensation in 9 states. Put court. Tinubu orders payment of compensation for property owners in Lagos, Akwa Ibom, 7 others. FG extends eviction notice for says project will improve state economies. Make Yoruba teaching language in Southwest schools, says Afenifere. Junior Pope. AGN launch probe. NAFDAC bans Turkey-made soap. Tracks fake Indian injection powder. Nigeria's oil production drops again. Now BPD. This is coming from OPEC. Law to terminate many cases at A court coming. That's coming from A. Ogunbajo's family sues US firm for helicopter crash. SSANU, NASU, berate minister over half-pay promise. Government shuts Dosomu market. Sanwo-Olu hints at building demolition. This is all for the Punch.
Well, we have quite a lot coming in from the Punch newspaper this morning. But also, we've seen most of the stories this morning. And there's a story here. There's a story here that is really, look at that picture, the picture we have on Punch, and the story beneath it that says government shuts Dosumo market. Someone who hits at building, demolition. The problem is that I don't know. What do you make of this picture, Blessing? Is that a demolition ongoing or a fire incident that happened some days ago?
I think the fire incident, but obviously there's demolition happening here. Then the fire incident happened at this market, and then I think they want to demolish
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Yes, I said by the pictures, there's actually demolition happening at the market.
Well, we hope that after demoliting demolition, though the governor is saying that hints at building demolition, but these things takes time, a lot of time, and all this time, where will these people go? Where will they be? What will happen to them? So these are some of the things we should be looking at. And though even though some of these structure are life threatening, they've been dilapidated, as in they are very old, and sometimes when you go to Lagos, you are just scared, walking into a market, because the buildings are so old, and they are carrying so many load as well. But I do hope that proper provision have been made for these market people, because of course you can't just demolish their businesses and thousands of people. Where would they go to? The economy is not where somebody sits at home, especially those with family, those with children. Where will they go? So I think I'm just hoping that proper arrangement would have been made already, and all that. And we can say that Afenifere is really on it. Make Yoruba teaching language in Southwest schools. That is coming from Afenifere. Make Yoruba teaching language in Southwest schools. Do you think every region should actually do that?
Yes, yes, I think
Why?
that would help. Really, because it will bring us back home. Yes, there are many children. Like I can't write in my dialect. If I was taught in school, I think I should have been able to do that. Yes. So People should
Anyway,
learn
it's
how
not. Go
to
ahead.
write it. For me, I think it's subject apart from English language, and we should also teach the main language, their languages.
Anyway, I'm more concerned about the speaking of our languages, indigenous languages. It's not even about the writing alone. I'm more concerned about the way the youths, the young people now, they cannot, fine. Some of them can actually greet you with their dialect, but they cannot speak it. We live in a generation where people feel like speaking your dialect, you are not exposed, you're a local person and
Not
all that,
civilized.
but they don't know that you are not civilized and all that. I don't know how mothers, parents will actually be at home and then children are not able to speak their own dialect, and so it's very shocking. I brought a guest on this show. I think it's based Canada, in Canada, and when he came, he was very angry when we talked about on the romance and relationship, inter tribal marriage here and there. He said no, he will always advise somebody from his place, because the even as it stands now, two people from the same place, their children are speaking English, not to talk of when you have to go to a mile to go and get married or some other places. That means it's a no-go area. They won't be able to speak your dialect, they won't be able to speak the wife's dialect, because at some point everybody speaks English. And so I think it's a very good move. I'm actually liking Afenifere this morning. Their calls, first of all, they call on Southwest governor, to take get federal government grants for their farmers. And I was seeing that I think very soon they will make this compulsory as well, make Yoruba teaching language in Southwest schools. And is this we know that Yorubas, they're even trying, because you hardly see a Yoruba man with an English name, and so they already we know them with culture. But it will be fair as well that the younger ones that are coming were able to speak, were able to communicate with our own dialect, not English. English is not actually a dialect anyway, but people think that is a general language here in Nigeria, but you should have your own dialect. And then also we saw a story here. When red with the red this thing from Punch says Junior Pope AGN suspend Riverside movie shootings, police launch probe. At this point, I'm just thinking, why are we like this in Nigeria? The fact that something must happen for us to, do the right thing. Something bad will have to happen to enable us to do the right thing. But other countries, I know other people, they try to take precaution. For instance, I've seen that if you're in the UK and somebody is mobbing or something, before they mob, you will see something they will put on the walkway that uh caution slippery floor or wet floor, something like that. And so that is a caution to know that when you're going, be careful. Why is it that it's when somebody has died in Nigeria that people will always sit up to do the right thing? And now we know that Adama Luke also has been suspended. The movie is suspended. No person is supposed to work with her. And of course, they are now suspending River side movie shootings. Police is now launching probe. Who are they going to probe? Daddy Chris, thank God you're
Yeah.
here, because we've been confused with this Junior Pope issue. One of the paper we saw the survivor. He actually came out yesterday. He spoke at length what actually happened, every detail he gave, and the fact that when he came out, they wanted to arrest him. The producer of the movie was at that moment accusing him of, as she said that the pilot of the boat said that this particular one that survived actually stood covering him, and that's why he did not see the other boat coming, and therefore there was that crash they actually got involved in. And so I think what do you think can be done? And another worrisome thing from the video from the survivor, what he said, that actually got me very worried, is the fact that Adama was not able to pay them. She said there's no money now. She will pay later. And even their welfare, there was no money. And of course, even the fee that he charged her 100,000 was not paid until that very, incident. As a movie producer, Daddy Chris, are you supposed to, go on a movie production without a specific budget? And of course, knowing that if you're budgeting 10 million, that 10 million is supposed to be complete, or you have to start producing when you have like 1 million, and you hope that on the process you're going to just, get it done. How is it done, sir?
Well, thank you very much. First, I've been listening to some of these things. Before I come to the movie producer, let's talk about the Anifere, who have deemed it wise to to ask their governors to allow their people to speak their languages. I think that's something I'm welcoming. The Yoruba, like you rightly said, they are on the forefront of this. They have their own name, Olusegun Obasanjo. Now your president is Ahmed Tinubu. There's no English name. Yeah, there's no English name. And that is a sign of coming out of that mentality of slavery where we need to come out. And I'm even saying that not only that, we should start wearing our uniform, our traditional clothes in schools. How it would be so nice to have young people of my place tie the robo wrapper to school. Then they will no more be ashamed of it. By the time it is imposed on them when they are adult, then it becomes strange. Then what is normal for me is to wear the suit, the English suit. Is that your uniform? Is that your clothes? And that is a shame, And that, it's all coming from the mentality we think. You see, Malcolm X said something that even though we thought that the whole slave chain has been taken off from our feet, it's still there, it's hanging there. Our love, our civilization is based on our love for the white man's culture. We'll come to that another day. Let's come to the producer. I think you guys have been very harsh on this poor lady, this poor producer. A producer, like I said again and again, is a businessman. And whatever you negotiate with the producer is a contract. He didn't force you. Let's not go back on that. This woman came out. I don't even know why she's the movie. She is. I don't know her. I don't know her. So I don't know whether it's she or he, but I assume it's a woman, right? Princess, making a movie is one of the most difficult things on earth. And we get to give credit to the Nigerian producers who have been able to create an industry for us. The people that make these people you see today, they are not the actors you see. The people that made it happen are the producers who took risk. Some of them are on loan. Some of them even got indebted for making of a film. It would be unfair to begin to call this name all kind of name. And they quote me anywhere. I am a filmmaker I am with international experience. Industry that did not survive is because of some producers. And Nigerian producers must be credited for this. They've done so well, and they're continue to do well in the midst of no money. You know how much producers have. Listen. The Nigerian industry is surviving on the effort of individuals looking for money from where they can't find it. Some of them in debt. You can't get a good loan. No incentive of any kind. So producers must be given credit. And these actors coming out to talk like this, I'm angry because you agreed. You are whatever role. The man came to you, said, baby, let's do this movie. There's no money now. We'll pay you later. If you agree, so be it. Don't come out and tell us that the person did he lie to you? Was there lie in it? Was there any contract? Why would you come back and tell us now?
Daddy Chris, I think you did not get my question. I understand that you're a movie producer, and this also is you are feeling the brunt as well. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that the survivor did narrate yesterday that she promised to pay a certain amount for the movie, that there was no money, and he actually agreed. He wanted to just do this for a friend and for a sister, but almost rounding up 80% of the job, and the money was not there. And he kept calling, and she kept promising she's going to send it. She's going to send it.
I can understand that. I've been there. That can happen to anybody. Production is a difficult process. You see, as a producer.
There's a question I asked Daddy Chris. I asked you because you're a movie producer. I've seen your work before.
Yes.
Daddy Chris, I'm only asking that, is it right for a producer to start a project without a budget, or to start a project knowing fully well that that specific budget half of it is not even ready. Is it okay? Is it what is
That
obtainable in
yeah,
the
again, that
industry?
is a question of
That is
judgment.
what I want you to explain to
No,
us.
yes, this is the problem. When you produce a movie, you work against the weather. Today, you plan to shoot today. You didn't know it's going to rain. It start to rain. All right. One of your actors may be sick. Then, even in Asaba, I do know that when you want to shoot with them, sometimes they will not show up on location. So that will make your production expenses more and larger. So at the end of the day, whatever budget you have may not be enough. And they're going to blame you. At the end of the day, they are not in your pocket. You have a plan. But they can even help to frustrate your plan as a producer. I really want us, I don't want to crucify maybe because I'm a producer. And listen, I've been in all. I've directed my own film, I've written my own story, and I have worked with some of these actors. Some of them are annoying. Let us be sincere. Today they are crying, yes, an actor is dead, but they should also check themselves what they are doing, how they are frustrating producers. Now, a producer is there to make a movie, and his job is to get the movie done. It is unfair to begin to crucify this woman for mistakes, which they all got into. You have a right to say, I won't go into it. You have a right to not to go. I know it is wrong. If the government has done its own part, we would have avoided all these things. But it is absolutely shameful to blame a producer or the producers who helped to create an industry from nowhere. Do you ask this woman where she got the money? Has anybody asked her where she got the money she's spending? How she's going to get the money back? Do anybody who cares? And I mean, this is really, really shameful. And you know what? When they come on your set, because I'm a producer and I see all of them. A producer is somebody that is very intelligent than everybody on set. Because whatever you're saying, the producer knows his budget. Whatever you're saying, he say, yeah. But this is what we're going to do. Because he's working on a budget. And princess, to raise money to make a movie, it's not an easy task. Nobody, even if you are a prostitute, somebody give you that money, it's not something you want to throw away. So no producer want to go into this without making profit or being able to make another one. And I want to say again that the actors have done their own bit. They've been made. You don't even know the producers. They are the one people are loving. They don't. If a producer had died today, you wouldn't even hear. It's the actors you people see. It's the one you people give credit to. But who makes this thing to happen are the producers. They're the one that goes into debt to create Nollywood for us. Today, don't
And so,
prosecute
in
them.
essence, what you're saying, Daddy Chris, in essence, what you're saying is that she's not to be blamed for this at all.
No, she's I didn't say that. But the whole blame is coming on her. Oh, why would she
The
not?
whole
Why
blame
she
is actually coming on
princess?
her. Daddy
What
Chris,
I'm saying is,
I know,
I said it
I
would be
think you're
unfair.
getting it wrong.
No,
Yes, you're
no,
getting it wrong.
I'm not. I think
The
what the
fact
guy
that
said,
the
that he said,
survivor,
listen, I'm answering your question. He said, the money I plan to, I said I price has not been paid to me. It could happen. In fact, most of your television stations, they have not paid salaries. Does that make them evil? How many companies in Nigeria could not pay salary at some point? What kind of name do you call them? And I'm throwing this back to you people here. How many of you are owing? So a producer is a normal businessman who can owe at any point and any day. And even in the life of movie producing, in fact, like this man told you, these are the most endangered species on earth. They could go into debt today and die there. And nobody cares. So I'm really surprised that the whole thing, I blame her for not taking the necessary step. Like I said yesterday, in the UK, you cannot do it because the system will not allow you. They will checkmate whether you have your safety measures in place before you can even call people together. It doesn't matter whether movie producing or not. Even sometimes you are not allowed. They call somebody a gaffer. That is the person that knows how to work on electricity. Sometimes they get shocked in Nigeria. If you're not trained in that, you cannot touch it here, which is understandable, princess. But what I really want us to say is that we all need to know that it was a lot of sacrifice that got movie where we are now. The
Daddy
sacrifices,
Chris, in as
yes,
much as sacrifices took brought us here, we appreciate that they keep entertaining us. But a human life is involved at this point,
I
and
agree.
I understand hard feelings. Of course, that is your industry. But Daddy Chris, the truth is that we are not blaming Adama alone.
Good.
We are not saying Adama is the, she has to take all the blame. The fact that even the survivor said with his mouth yesterday that the previous day they actually crossed the water at 10:30 p.m. without a life jacket, all of them. And so I was just telling Blessing a while ago that the fact that these people could have the mind to cross that river 10:30 p.m. without a life jacket is even something that is very worrisome.
Princess, let me explain something to
That
you
was
before you go
carelessness
too
on
far.
their part.
That
Before
is
you
what
go
I'm
too far,
saying.
there's something we call stunt in a movie. All right, stunt.
Ha.
Stunt. These are people
And
that do some of the. If you see the karate, it's not the real actor doing it. You understand? If it's the car driving, you see that crazy car. It's not somebody. It's somebody else who is trained to drive that kind of vehicle that drives. The actor will come in to just come in a few seconds. So the stunt men sometimes are not available in Nigeria. So sometimes when you watch the people the way they drive, they say, is this how you drive it in American film? Because we don't have stunt, we can't afford them. In some cases, you ask your actors how much they can do. And sometimes they are willing to take it on for you. You understand? And it is in the interest of the movie. Listen, let me put it this way. And I'm going to use this word here today. When you make a movie, it's like making a baby. Everybody is involved. The producer, yes, might be the one that controls it. It involves everybody. The credit goes to everybody. The actor, if this movie has finished, you would have seen, Junior Pope, sorry, may so rest in peace. You understand? You'll be praising him. This is all they all have to do to make this film come out. Yes, step need to be taken, lesson need to be learned. And you said something, Princess, that in the UK, let me correct that before I have a few time here. In the UK, that people are not, we don't, they prepare things ahead. No, it is when certain things happen, they make new legislation to suit that purpose. In this country, before dogs were biting people, that was when the Dog Act was made. So if you have a dog, you are responsible for your dog. You understand? If your dog bites somebody, because an incident happened. When incident happen, new laws are made. One would have expected Nigerian government now, the House of Rep, to make a new law to solve this kind of problem in Nigeria. You understand? It's not true that the law is already dead. Otherwise, there will be no new laws coming up. In the UK, come here, we have new acts coming every day. You understand? When they were trafficking young people to go, there's something the Arab people here, they do to take them home for circumcision or child marriage. They made a law because it was happening. So there are always new laws made for events. An event like this will attract a new law. But it's so painful though that all I can hear from this look of things is this poor woman who must have been in debt, still in debt now, because the movie, somebody who couldn't pay for life jacket, meaning he didn't have enough money. Nobody wants to see the story from my point of view.
But Daddy Chris, that is the part that I'm more concerned about. You just said it. I told Blessing as well that she didn't have money to pay. She kept promising, even their welfare. She kept failing, promising as well,
Yes,
and
yes.
and all that. So is she supposed to have made the movie at that particular time?
Yes, Princess. When we started making films here, the crew, they come with their own water, their small water, and their bread, their sandwich, to come and work because they want to be in the industry. It takes a lot, and I want to say it's not only Nigeria. I have crew that work with me in the port. That's what they did because we all want to make the film. It's again, the producer is somebody that talks to everybody like a family. You put them together, you explain your condition, and you tell them how we're going to make the film. If you are in, you are in. If you are out, you are out. The truth is nobody is forced here. You understand? But a producer will negotiate. He's a negotiator. He wants to get a deal. Any deal he gets, that's to the credit of the film. But nobody is forced here. So nobody is being paid today as if they are kids. No, these are matured adults who went into a contract.
It's the same thing that the Chris I've been trying to explain to you. She's not a kid either to know that I don't have this budget now. Maybe I should wait and have a specific
And it's not
amount
a
of
kid,
money
and the
to
actors
do
and the
it.
crew are not kids, Princess. They could have
It's
said,
what
I
I'm
would do
saying.
it.
Even she, as a producer, she's not a kid as well. She's an
And
actor
yes, exactly.
herself.
So that's
She
what we're
was
saying.
in that
But
movie too.
Princess, when it comes to this, it's like now you telling me don't run SRTV because I don't have money to pay the big salary. I will work with people I can afford. It's a simple thing. It's either you want to work here or you don't work here. You go. There's no way. In fact, sometimes, let me put it this way. There are condition of services. There are some companies you guys, all of you here now must have worked, and those people watching me, they will be asking you, do you ask yourself, somebody asked me, I wanted to employ somebody in Lagos yesterday, actually asked me, do we have, how many months or how many weeks of holiday do we have? And I said, okay, you understand? And he's talking. You understand? How many on Saturday do we work for society? These are conditions, and I have to agree or disagree. It's either the company have enough. So should I stop because I don't have money to give you holiday? No, princess, you work in media firm. I know I don't want to name them. Some TV stations there, they don't pay salary in 1 year.
I think
Who
that
are
is
supposed
Chris,
to
you are
protect them?
getting this all wrong. You are being
No,
biased because
I am.
you are a producer, and
That's
so
it.
you're trying to
Yes.
shade these producers. That is the truth. But we
I
should
think
know
I
that
think we need to get the other side of the
whatever
story.
happened
Daddy,
that day, we have to blame
Daddy
this
Chris,
producer. We
Yes,
have to blame the actors. It is
yes,
not on
Daddy
the
Chris.
actors alone. That is the point we are trying to say, sir. She
yes,
is the producer. She's to be held for this, sir. That is what
yes.
we're saying.
Nobody is exempting her. But I mean, I'm just talking how a situation is. Blessing wanted to say something. I think I made
Yes,
myself clear.
Daddy Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I think you're bringing so much emotions into this topic.
Because it's me.
It's
That's what I
okay. Look,
do. This is
well,
what I do, and I've gone through a lot doing it, and I know how much sacrifice I have made, and sometimes it's never
yes.
appreciated. And it's only the negative side you guys gonna see. Now go on. So ask your
We
question. My own
appreciate,
is I am
Daddy
saying
Chris,
that
we
this is a
appreciate a lot of movies. We applaud a lot of movies. We clap for them. They have fans. We see people see them as mini gods. Even the producers,
princess.
we
The people you
applaud them.
actually
We
see
clap
are the
for them.
actors. Hello, how many
No, no, no,
producers
no,
do
no,
you
Daddy
no,
know?
no.
Chris,
Not just them. Do you know is it CJ Obasi? Do you know him? All the time I applaud him. I used to say, well done, sir. I saw your movie.
Well,
It's
he's not as
very nice.
popular
A lot
as
of people,
he's not as popular
we
as this
know
guy.
them. We
He's not as
appreciate
popular.
them.
Only the
Daddy
ones you see in
Chris.
front of camera. Go on, blessing. I'm here. Yeah.
You know the other day at the National Assembly,
Yeah.
and then the blames chunk of the blames was put on what is his name again, the Senate President
Fabio.
Akpabio.
Fabio.
Yes, and we said here that yes, we agree that he said and the senators, the House suspended Nindi, but we said yes, as the head of the House, he had a say in it. And so if we want to call the House, the first person we would call is Akpabio. And so he should bear the chunk of the blame. This is what we are saying. We agree that movie making is a contract, that these producers, they call these actors and they talk to them. Whatever their agreement is, it is fine. But again, personally, what I am saying is that whatever the agreement you people have, you should make there are some
Basically.
precautionary measures you should take as the producer. I'm making a movie and it's by the water side.
Yes.
These are the people I am calling, right? And this is it. Okay, it is my responsibility to make sure that these people are going, they are using a boat and they need life jackets.
Agree.
So if
Princess,
yes,
blessing,
if they
blessing,
don't have this,
blessing,
I agree.
blessing,
No,
blessing. The question I
that is
asked, the
that
question
is
I
that.
asked, the question I asked is why are you people peculiar with only movie producer? Because a movie producer is a typical employer. In Nigeria, that is where we have slave trade. They see slavery today, where people pay salaries of 15,000 naira. You didn't see that as a problem. Yeah, and now
Sir,
today,
we have
this
no.
let me finish.
But
Let
this
me
is
finish.
we are bringing so much emotions
I know
into this.
emotion. I'm talking.
We have been,
I'm
we have
talking.
been talking about this.
I'm
We
talking.
have been talking about the problems in Nigeria. We have been talking. These are issues. We have been
But
discussing these
I
issues.
am being sincere now. I'm just tackling the problem from where I know. What I'm saying is that there are so many employers that enslave people in Nigeria. You people are not
I feel,
angry. Let me finish.
personally,
Is it not
I
true?
feel that
How can you pay somebody less than 30,000 naira and you call the person your worker?
personally, I feel that you are speaking like this because you are a producer, and
No.
of course,
No.
things
If you
today,
see,
tomorrow.
I'm always very passionate when it comes to people being treated as slaves. But I'm surprised today that Nigerians are not even concerned about that. If when I talk to Benin, I use the word slave trade, they know me. But you are not concerned about that. You are concerned about a poor producer who is actually endangered more than any other person. And the unfortunate thing is, these people created an industry for us. And that is the credit that I want them to have. As much as
Daddy
we
Chris,
say
the way you
she
are
is wrong
sounding,
today.
you are sounding though that we should blame the actors and leave her
I am
alone.
not doubting
No,
the fact that
I didn't say
yes,
that. I didn't say that, princess. I didn't say that. I'm
Well,
saying
that is
she
what
is
you're saying.
supposed.
You're
No,
being
I
biased
have never
already.
said
You
that.
like she said,
Maybe
so much
Daddy, please.
emotions.
no,
And the
maybe
thing
that's
that
why
is
it
Personally, I
was so
hurting
for
feel
is
like
you.
that,
you are
but
being
then
Princess,
biased.
we have to look at the facts here, sir.
Princess, I said
Yes.
there's a contract. That is only is that how I'm emotional I am? I only make you guys realize
Okay,
that there was an
okay,
agreement.
okay, Daddy Quiz. When you say there's a contract,
An agreement.
does
Yes.
this contract is supposed to be the artist fee, right?
Everything. The condition of
No, no,
service.
no. We're
Listen.
talking about the actors and the producer now. When you
Yes,
say
that's
there's
what
a
I'm saying.
contract, what does it entails?
Depends. Princess, the contract at SRTV is not the same contract at NTA. You don't compare. It's sometimes there's a general rules which the government need to implement. That is the government. But the contract, the condition of service at SRTV is not the same
You
at NTA.
already said it before, Daddy Chris, that you negotiate. It's your power of negotiation. You call the
Thank you.
actor. I want to do this movie. I'm offering this. Are you cool or not? But Blessing is saying something, and we are all saying the same thing.
Yes.
The life jacket issue. Who is supposed to be responsible? Is it the
The
actor?
producer. The producer. The producer.
Sir.
But
So,
again, Princess, this is where the government regulation need to come in. The government needs to be blamed. For even if what I'm saying to you guys is, yes, today it's a 4th year. We know these rules are broken every day. We're only talking about it today because this guy is an on-screen camera. People are dying because of negligence like this every day in Nigeria. The government should be blamed. Do not take this as a peculiar case. A lot of people have died today. Too many people cut their hands today for working in a place where there's no safety measures. So we are only talking about this producer. That's why I'm saying when it comes to that, the government, talk on your government. They should come and make sure these things are done or no production.
Daddy Chris,
movies.
I disagree with you. Daddy Chris,
Okay.
I disagree with you. I disagree with you.
Go on, tell me.
I disagree with you.
Okay,
Because
tell me why.
this particular issue is not government. When they did not give you life jacket, did they force you to enter inside the water?
No, that is another part.
This is our personal value.
I'm not saying only the government must be
This is our
blamed.
personal value.
Princess,
This one, let's leave government in one side.
Princess, no.
We don't have
Government,
value.
no. Princess, the only
Daddy, please leave government first. You talked about Daddy, please, hold on, sir. I never talked. So you talked about the producer being the a typical employer. Then you talked about the artist having negotiation skills.
Yes.
When they finish negotiating, this is safety. Safety is another part of business. This is safety. In safety, you have the responsibility to protect yourself. Your employer have the responsibility to create a safe workspace. When your employer does not create a safe workspace, you have a right to go away from there. So in this position now, it is not just the producer alone. It's not just the producer alone not being responsible. First of all, I agree with Princess that if she does not have money to provide a safe workspace, she should wait till she has the money. It is better you owe the actors, owe them their part of their fee, than you do not have money to provide safety. Now that they are dead, will you see actors to work?
No.
The impact is much. First of all, then we said it yesterday, we have a very poor value system. We don't have value for ourselves. We don't have value for our lives. We don't have value for people that even hold us there. Then you enter that place without life jacket. And you are saying you enter there around 10 o'clock in the night. How can you do such a thing to your own self? How can you do that to your family? Then the producer, I don't know what kind of thing is that. First of all, our problem is not even government. Our problem is ourselves.
Our problem is government. I disagree. I disagree.
We have a very
Princess, I will cut you here. Princess, let me tell you one thing here. I'm going to cut you, Princess. Let me tell you. If I want to go to jail in the UK, I will pay somebody below the minimum wage. In fact, I used to give people COS to come and work in the UK. By the time they calculate, and the money is not up to a minimum wage of £1,600 for 40 hours a week in a month, they won't give the visa. They will tell you this is against the UK law. Do you have that in place? You not blaming the government? Yes, blame me. Because if again, in my place here, there's something, they came and they moved everything I have in my corridor away. They said because it's blocking the exit, the safety exit, fire exit. because some things block the fire, they move it away. This is what they did. The government will not me. All right? That is how government checkmate your activities. The question I ask you, do you have a government that does that? So that is the part of the government. Then number two, yes, I as an employer, I've been told that I need employment liability insurance. I keep talking about insurance yesterday. We don't understand it in Nigeria. The government does not enforce it. Who's going to enforce it? Listen, nobody wants to obey the law. The only reason people obey the law is sanction.
Not very valid for your own life.
Yes, nobody wants to obey law. I'm talking about producer now. The only reason I obey the law in the UK is because if I don't obey the law, I go to jail. Or I pay some fine.
Daddy Chris, so they enter water without life jacket, no be stunt oh. To enter water without life jacket, you know sabi swim, no be stunt oh.
That is stupidity on the part of everybody.
The producer, on the part of the producer, if she does not have enough money, I'm not crucifying anybody here, boss. If she does not have enough money to produce, to secure the safety, the basic amenities or the basic things, then you should wait till you have the money. You should wait. You don't put people's life
I'm sure this producer.
Then you as an actor, if you get to a place and the place is not safe,
Princess,
how you going to enter water like that? You are your man.
Princess, let's talk about what we put priority on. Are you saying that the producer have not provided anything on this set? It's just that they were stupid not to have realized that this is more important than every other thing. Producer must have given biscuit now. If he has paid for camera, he has paid some people. It's not true that she has not paid anybody. It's just that the value.
That's what I said. I said, exactly. I don't care whether I paid there or not. I said it is better you owe your athletes part of your actors' wages than you don't do what is basic. I organize events. I employ people.
No, I agree with that.
I agree with that. Where I have limited funds, I look at the basic. We plan every detail. When we look at the funds that is not exactly what we were expecting, we will check what are the things that cannot be waived off. What are the things that can be waived? Then we'll call our workers, our workforce together and say, this is the funds available. It's not the way we planned it. So please, let us look at the basic things that needs to be done, and let's see how we can pay you part of your fee afterwards. If you agree, you work.
Always
if you don't agree,
government regulation for things to work. Government regulations is always
important. You need government for your life.
No,
government not regulate. You don't know
protect you against your life. Let me put it this way. Princess, this is what we do. If I don't send my child to school in the UK, they put me in prison. Why? The government monitor me to make sure my child is in school. If she's not in school, I go to prison. Ask anybody.
I don't know where in Africa. I get the way we take girls, so kind common sense. So kind monkey sense, what we get. The one where they see these days, I don't understand.
No,
I don't understand.
If my child is not in school, I go to prison. That is the government. That is the law. That is the law. Because
the government no dey there. You enter water without life jacket. But the place you where I know, you accuse me of slavery that day. We will not do that kind of a thing.
10:30 p.m. These people were able to cross that river without a life jacket. It's something that it's actually on them. Yes, I can't.
Stupidity. On the crew, on the producer, on the director that have agreed to go on that, on the government for allowing that kind of thing to happen in the land. This is what I'm saying.
Leave government first.
For me, I will take that increase side on this one. Government, yes. Yes. The truth
Thank you, my guy. At least I have a support.
This is your life here you're talking about.
I'm aware.
No, leave government now. On that basic level, you don't sabi swim. You don't get life jacket, they call government.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, I hear you, but I was just about to leave, but so and I'll come back. Yes, go on.
You and I know that in Nigeria, we take care of ourselves.
Okay.
Thank you, babe.
We have come to the point where we know that the government is not for the people, of the people, and by the people. It's for themselves. And so in this country, we take care of ourselves. We are in Nigeria, not the UK.
Okay, ma.
So, when we know that we take care of ourselves, and you are saying that it is not the government. It is here, now your neck. Now you get your neck. You hold your neck.
Wise one.
I am saying that, personally, I said that the actors shouldn't have gone ahead knowing that there were no life jackets. But instead, you that has the script, that want to produce a movie, you did not think of life jackets.
That's a good
safety.
And
Yeah, I
you dey
agree.
write the carry script wey water dey.
I
Daddy
know,
Chris, it seems
Yes,
like the
that
ladies
is
are
the
backing up
problem here.
against us.
It's not ladies,
But
I
it's
let me
not
know,
let me
ladies,
I
it's
know,
say
real
I
this.
life.
know,
Let me
I
say
know.
this. Now, what I'm taking the side that the government needs to be. Do you know what the Nollywood, what they bring to this country, that
Yes,
the government should be giving them a blind eye? There are things they should have provided for these people. I don't know if you get me. Now, you
yes,
see, the government, for me, have the bigger chunk of the blame.
No dey do like
Shalom.
this
It's
now.
true.
No dey do
It's
like
true.
this.
Shalom.
No, what the
Uh-uh.
what you know,
No dey
Nollywood
do
attract
like
a lot to
this.
this country.
Go to the
Oh, oh,
You
oh,
basic.
oh,
know,
oh,
This
you
is
see,
a
Shalom,
sir.
business
Shalom,
government. Go
Shalom,
to the basic.
Shalom,
See you see the water still like
Yes,
Papa.
I'm with you, princess.
Shalom, Shalom.
princess.
So because
Yeah.
government, so because the industry is attracting so much, everybody should just wake up without money or without adequate measures to go and shoot a movie.
Princess, are you the
I
one?
wonder.
Are you the one to
So,
measure them? Princess, the question I ask now is: are you the one to measure them?
I don't
See,
No,
understand.
I
I
ask a
don't
because
question,
understand. Why are you
Princess.
being
regulation.
so
Are you the one
sensitive
to
and
measure them?
See,
it's
Princess,
not
What
are
going
you
you
the
to
one
if
to
there
be.
was
measure
something
them?
in place,
Every
excuse me,
federal
if there
government
was something in
Who
place,
is going to
if there was
measure
a
them?
law in place, this lady would not have taken that step.
hold on,
Thank
wait,
you.
If there
wait,
was a law in
wait.
place, that lady would
Thank
have taken
you.
that
No,
step.
hold on.
She would
See,
have
Even
been
the truth dies.
Daddy Chris, looking at the side of looking at movie production, film production. I have attended many courses by from many outstanding producers, and they will tell you when you get your script, there's pre-production, there's production, there's post-production. In
Okay.
pre-production, you look at your script, then you look at what each of the scenes, what it takes to bring them to reality. If you
Yes.
have a script that involves aquatic nature, first thing that comes into this is safety. All this Oyibo film, you see all that scene, you see many things, you see many water. They do it inside one place, inside pool. They do all those things. You say you want to do water, and you are going to a river, to big ocean, and you already have your script.
You know,
Pre-production,
Princess,
you should already have planned.
Princess, I want to throw
Daddy
the two
Chris, you
questions
know
back
quite
to
well.
Princess.
You know
No,
quite
back
well
to
that
the
right
other,
now
back to Princess Delta. Princess Delta,
you don't
we
run
have
this side.
witnessed on
Daddy
this
Chris don't
platform.
dodge this
Wait,
side.
oh,
Go ahead,
wait, oh,
Daddy
we have
Chris. I can
witnessed on
tell
this
you.
platform. Princess, we have witnessed on this platform where both, not carrying ordinary people did have this kind of accident and people died.
I said
Who
it
do-
yesterday on
Was
the
that the
show. I
producer's
said
fault?
it yesterday.
Thank you. So this is
I
this is
said
a
it
national
yesterday.
challenge, not a producer's challenge. If there are
Daddy Chris,
regulations
this
in
matter.
place,
So
you
this
understand?
particular
No,
matter,
wait, Princess.
this is a small enlightened circle. This particular issue we are talking about is a small enlightened circle,
And
not
yeah,
the one that both
it is
riders
fair.
mistap
It
another.
is fair.
Daddy Chris,
Maybe
this
it
is
is fair.
supposed to be
Princess,
a gathering
Princess, oh,
of people that are
Princess.
supposed to have sense.
Yes, I agree. Maybe we cannot forgive them because they're supposed to know. And I'm not saying the producer should not be held accountable for what has happened.
Sure,
But
sir.
what I'm saying is that when this kind of issue happens, I always want to ask myself, to me, because I've gone through production across different parts of the world, and it is production everywhere. It's a challenge. Anywhere in the world, even in America, go to them. If you go to California, you see people cutting corners. Producers will always cut corners. Because you know what? You have a script. You know what? Listen, I've been on a production. When I come to my production, the production designer will say, and we want the crane to fly from up, the camera to fly from up. I'll be laughing. I'll say, we not get money for that one. Let the camera go from here. You understand? So it is you. You cut corners. You cannot follow everything they say. But when they insist, sometimes you say, the money not reach, oh, the money reach, oh. This is a negotiation that we all agree. It is wrong to kill one person because of it today. Because what is painful is that
We are not killing
no,
anybody.
no,
I think
no.
let's say
From what
that
I've
you are
heard,
carrying many
from what
many
I've heard,
emotions
the
inside this matter.
producer. Okay, wait. Adults Guild of Nigeria came out.
Uh-huh.
They banned this poor girl. I'm talking now. Adults Guild of Nigeria came out and they banned the woman from producing a film, which is fair enough. It's out of rush.
Yesterday, Daddy Chris,
Yes.
I said it here that I'm even ashamed of the Actors Guild president because for that letter we saw yesterday, I'm even ashamed of him because he was there also as a president where a video of John was Junior Pope was made. Video of the man lying dead. He was there, and what happened? They posted that video, and he was there. So him as the president is not even doing the right thing. So I don't know the right he has to put these sanctions on, Adama look, knowing fully well that these measures would have been put in place or in their constitution. And so a
Now
lot
they
of
have
people
it
are even saying this is medicine after death, even though this will help us, in the
in
future.
the future. That exactly,
Yes,
princess.
in the
That's what happened.
future.
No, what I'm saying is that an unfortunate incident has happened. We need to deal with it. It should not happen again. You understand? But we should be careful naming the scapegoat, looking for who is wrong, and killing the person who is wrong. My say is that I have so much respect for the Nigerian producers, and I repeat it anywhere. They help us to create this industry we call Nollywood. It was not the actors. Most of the actors were, let me finish, man. They later became producers. The people took risk for them to get to where they are. And the unfortunate thing, you don't see us. It's the people you see on screen. And you clap for them. I tell you, you don't know this woman before. If not this incident, give her credit. She's in
We
trouble.
know
She's in
her. She's
jail.
an actor. She has been acting. I
Oh,
know
no,
her
wait.
very well.
Okay, good. Okay. Thank God you
Daddy
know this
Chris,
one.
Daddy
Otherwise,
Chris,
do
Daddy
you know
Chris,
me? Do you see me
Daddy
as
I
an
Chris,
know
actor?
you,
Daddy
Daddy
Chris,
Chris.
You don't know me. You've seen me in
Daddy
front of
Chris.
camera.
But the
You've
truth,
not
but
seen me in
Daddy
front of
Chris,
camera.
Daddy
I'm
Chris,
not from.
Daddy Chris, Daddy Chris, there's hierarchy, there's order.
Yes.
If SRTV Edo does something, you will not ask any other person. You will ask me
Yes.
because you expect me to be accountable. If
Yes.
SRTV in general does something, they will not ask me. They will
Yes.
ask you because
Yes.
there's order, there's
Yes.
hierarchy. As
Yes.
far as this mishap is concerned, there's supposed to be somebody who is in charge,
I'm
somebody to be
holding her.
held
I
accountable.
agree. You
You
won.
understand that,
Thank
Chris?
you,
You won.
I'm not saying that
Well said.
I'm not saying that she's the only one to be blamed. You
You won.
understand? I'm not
Of
saying
You
that
won.
she's the only one to be blamed. But
You
at
won.
least who carry pikin go ask, then outside, then they go ask questions. Say, where pikin
Where
where you
picking?
carry go ask, where we give you go ask, what it happen? Nine
We
they
agree.
happen here. So it's
We
not a
agree.
monkey business. It's not a everybody run up and down. Excuse me, sir. Somebody, they must ask somebody who is responsible for this and for that. You understand? That is why this producer is coming under fire right now.
Yes.
It's just
Yes.
that somebody has to be responsible.
Yes, and
It's
I
not
agree,
that they are
Princess.
blaming her.
And
It's not
yes.
that
No, they
they are
blame
putting
her.
all
They're
the blame
actually
on
prosecuting
her.
her.
But
No, Princess.
somebody has
Princess.
to be responsible.
She must be responsible, and I think she realized that she is responsible. You understand? And whatever
Yes,
punishment, she'll be happy to take it. What I am talking from the point of a producer here is, hey, young ladies, it's not always like this. They see my finger, this is darker, this is lighter. You understand? They are not one side. They are two sides of the coin. This person is going through a lot as well. Before we kill the person, before we kill her, we must understand too that this is a contract between an agreement. A contract is an agreement between two persons. An agreement was well entered. It might have
Daddy
gone
Chris,
wrong.
Daddy
If they have
Chris,
succeeded, we
Daddy
will not be
Chris.
here.
It's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
same thing we're saying, that all of us, we agree that the actors, nobody actually forced them to, enter that boat, because they had the option of, I can't swim, there is no life jacket, I'm not entering it. It's the same thing
Thank you.
for Adama. Look, nobody actually put a gun on her head that you must produce this film today without having the adequate things in place. Do you get? So that is why we're blaming her and the actors as well.
But
It's just
that's
a
where
simple
I
thing.
have a difference with you is when you say if you don't have enough money. Money is never enough for a movie. Trust me. Any small script, the money is never enough. You cut corners, you work with your budget. Princess, this is what I do. You know, when I want to work with you, I'll say the budget for this production is 100,000. Go and do it. You understand? So that you know this is what you have. If not, if I leave it open, you're going to spend 2 million. So I will tell you the budget for this is this. So we work within that budget. Sometimes you have issues on the way. And like I said, what a producer goes through in the course of production. In fact, when you make a movie, you not plan say rain fall that day. Everything is on store. Now your neck. A producer is always in a hurry. You know why he's in a hurry? Money. We are always in a hurry for money. And now this has happened. We should all learn that we should not avoid this from happening in Nigeria, but it should not be for producers alone. We should be saying this to every employer in that country. Do not employ people, do not start anything until you have enough money. That's what Princess is saying. So we're going to take it to all the
Daddy
employers.
Chris, Daddy Chris, we could sit here and listen to you all day, but because of time, we have to run. I
Thank you.
understand you being sentimental today. That is your field. You're a producer, and so I understand that you're feeling for Adama. Look, we all feel for her as well. I know she's a new mother as well. She had a baby a few
Can you
months ago,
imagine?
and that
Can
was
you
the first
imagine?
thing that came to my mind. That, oh my goodness, this lady that just had a baby a few months ago, how is she going to cope with all
She
this and
must
her
be
newborn
sweat.
baby?
She
But
must be
yes, but the
crying,
truth is that
bleeding.
uh the truth is that she didn't put measures in place, and that is a fact. From the video yesterday, we heard TC Okafor saying that even when they went to the hospital, she didn't put measures in place, and that is a fact.
All right. I know I come into the broadcast late, and I want to beg you. Princess is off. Blessing is here. Maybe there's a reason why I'm here. I want to say that it's a painful thing, like I
She did
said,
say,
I sympathize with the family.
can you hear me? Like I said, the
Yes,
survivor did narrate that she didn't put measures in place, and that is a fact.
please. What I want to say to Nigerians today is there will be death
That
anywhere. The question I asked
it,
yesterday, I'm going to ask it today again, Princess. The question I asked yesterday, I'm going to ask it today. Who is going to pay compensation for this family? The girl doesn't have money. There's no insurance. That is where the government has failed us. And I'm going to repeat that. You will not make a film. You will not even run a company without an employer liability in the UK. You go to prison because if I had my car driving on the road, if I hit somebody, if I had a car of a very expensive and I don't have money to pay, my insurance will be the one to pay. That is why people have insurance. Now the man is dead, people are dead, no money to pay compensation to the family. The government ain't going to pay because we don't have a government. And I said, you people should listen to what I'm saying. I have a big problem with the Nigerian government when it comes to this. They should make sure that there's insurance, that it should be implemented. Today now, we'll be calling on the insurance company to pay. If somebody couldn't hire a life jacket, it's going to pay the ability. She cannot. So it's going to pay. That's where we see a government that fails. And that's why I keep telling Princess that it's about our system. We need to fix it. And until we do that, until we face that challenge, this is going to continue to repeat itself. Because there will be accident. Like I keep saying, the place of our work. You went to work this morning, Blessing. You are the one touching the electricity. Were you trained?
No, sir.
You see, these are things we must not do. Let me repeat that. These are things you cannot do. But we cut corners. Let's be sincere. And if something happened, I will be held accountable. Yes. But do I have the authority? Do I have the power? Do I have the resources? No. So should we stop? Mona, tell me now so that we stop.
well, Daddy Chris, you can go on and on today with the sentiment. Being a
No
producer,
sentiment, though.
we
I'm
understand how
making
you
it.
feel.
I'm making
No,
it
no, no,
fact.
no. You are very sentimental this morning. You speak with so much emotions. You're being biased from all what you said, but we understand.
Okay.
It's you being in that. You are with them. You are a producer, so you
I
wear the
cannot
shoe.
tell.
You
Maybe
know what it
you guys can
pinches.
see it in me. Yeah, I agree. You guys
Yes,
can see
you
it.
you
I can't see it.
you've been wearing that shoe. You know what it pinches. We understand perfectly. I will feel sincerely. I for one, I feel for Adama. I really do not want to be in her shoes right now. The fact that she will have to live with this guilt forever, knowing fully well that just ordinary jacket, like the Marine Police did told Okafor yesterday that all the time we've always said that before going to the river, let us know there are divers that can usually come to rescue in case of anything. There are
Exactly.
life jackets here that
Thank
you can
you.
rent. We've always told you people to rent, they are cheap. So why not rent them to avoid these things instead of coming to tell us that look at what happened, a boat capsized, people are drawn, people they're still looking for people. So I think also, like I said yesterday, I blame the actors for agreeing to go on that boat without a life jacket and of course without knowing how to swim. I blame Adama Look for even not putting safety measure in place, knowing fully whether you're going on the other side to shoot a movie. And of course, I blame the government
The
for not putting
Actors Guild
these.
of Nigeria as well. We blame them for not for not understanding what is called welfare of their people. They are created. The Actors Guild is there to take care of the welfare of the actors, and they should be the ones shouting to producers, this must be in place. Today is giving out this stupid law, but the one you can't bring this one down. So we should be careful here. If the producer, if they had told Adamawa, we will not do this until you do this, I'm sure this will not have happened.
This would not
And I
have
can see,
happened.
yes, and I can tell you
Yes.
that people will continue to cut corners in life if they have the chance. Let me tell you one thing,
And that
Princess.
brings me to what Chassis Noje, aka Mr. Johnson, said when I brought him on the show. You were there that day, that when you cut corners, sometimes you get away, but sometimes they'll be waiting for you at the front, and it's something you will regret doing. And this is
That's true.
something that we have seen yesterday. We really do condole with the family of Junior Pope, and of course, we feel so sorry for Adana. We do hope that also people will take it easy on her, knowing fully well that everybody will be saying, I wish we can turn back the hands of time. But of course, for us, to for this such things not to happen in the future, we already know that all of us, we need to, everybody actually have a part. You say no to it. Your safety, you are responsible for your safety first before even any other person. And of course, also, the Actors Guild, I frown at them so much. I don't know, but for some reason, I think that they need to put their houses in order. And of course, even the government, like you said, right now, for instance, if we say pay compensation, we know that Adama doesn't have that kind of money. So what will happen? And so all this, every hand must be on deck. But first and foremost, know that safety starts from you as an individual, as a person, because it's your life first. Because if you die today, we are here now speaking. This will not even bring Junior Pope back, and that is the thing. So you must first of all be responsible. Even when you go to road safety seminars, that's what they tell you. First of all, think about yourself and then every person around, but you come first. And then we have a comment here that say, according to the survivor TC Okafor, he said only the DOP and the producer wore a life jacket, so why not get it for the whole crew? That is the
It's a good question.
question Trish Becky is asking today.
And what I want to
Anyway,
say,
at this
before I leave this show, Princess, I want to say this. I will not sit at the steering of my car in the UK if I don't have my driver's license. But I'll do it in Nigeria because I will get away with it. Now, Princess, until we understand that we need to a society that is governed, that is ruled by the modern civilization code, which is rule of law, this issue will continue. And we need to tell about understanding rule of law, that we need to obey the law. Sometimes the laws are there, they are not obeyed, or they are not well implemented. When I say the government, you guys will not understand me. I just give you an instance. I misbehave. I don't misbehave in the UK. The moment I come down from the Nigerian airport, I start to misbehave because I can get away with it. In fact, most of your politicians, when they come here, they don't misbehave. They enter queue because they won't get away with it here. So, Princess, let us fight for a society where orderliness is in place, implemented. Because the modern civilization code, that's even what God taught us, is obey the law. And the law needs to be enforced by who? The government. Otherwise, people will cut corners. Thank you.
Anyway, we can't hear you, Shalom. I think something with your audio is not right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yeah, only my man
Can you
here.
hear me now?
Yes. This woman
All
wanted
right.
to.
Now, I said I want to have to what that the priest just said. I know what priestesses have said that
Yes, the two of them.
safety should begin with you. But you see, there's something funny about Nigeria. Now, this water thing has taken life. People may want to now come up with ideas. We should not wait for fire to do its own before they will start thinking of what to do. My point is, the AGN should sit down and put a regulatory body over this. They should enforce some things. It's not until somebody gets electrocuted on stage that they should be thinking of what to do as touching that. So they should start, and thinking ahead and putting things in place. In as much as we are blaming the producer, let's also know that the association has also failed these people. They have failed them, because if they've been strict with their laws, some of these things would not have happened. So I just want to say this, that everybody should be up. Everybody should be, the government also should wake up. They should not lose talented people like this because of the fact that they are, not doing what they are supposed to be doing. The truth is, in as much as I am the one that should care for my life, there is a role the government is supposed to play. We put them there so that they can play this role. And if they are not playing this role, they are failing us. They are failing us woefully. So I want to really put my voice with that of Daddy Chris to say to everyone out there that please take your this is not the time to share blame. This is the time to say, oh, where did we miss it? How do we correct this so that we can forge ahead from here? Thank you very much.
In other words, we must not leave the government alone. As you are blaming Adam, we are blaming the producers guild. Mona, the stretch mark go me to that government. I know Princess not.
Her name is not Adam. Her name is Adana, Daddy Chris.
Okay, Adana. I know Princess I don't not agree, but I say maybe they answer our government. Why will you allow this to happen to us? That's a very simple question. Because Princess, you were not here when I asked the question.
Daddy Chris, they want me.
No, wait. Let me say you before we close, Princess. I asked one question. Now people are dead. Who's going to pay compensation? Because the government does not implement what we call
this compensation. What do you buy? What is the measurement?
It's alien to you. You see what I like?
What's the measurement for compensation? Person died, they want pay. Now blood money.
No, but at the end of the day, Princess, in this country, in this country, when there is an accident,
you call the pay person.
No, Princess, not be only dead. If I cut my hand in this country, they go pay me. You see, these are things we don't have in Nigeria. Because the government makes sure.
But the answer is
that's what they do.
Any small person just die, money, compensation. People don't die. Money.
I don't want Ghana, but when they shoot for machine, they cut them. They give them compensation, they carry things go back to Ghana.
What did they talk? How much is that?
Our time is up.
Mother, let me go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies.
Bless you. You wanted to say something?
Yes, I just want to say that our time is up.
Yes. It's a good place to wrap up the show. We've put our voices. We hope that they will hear also that we don't have issues like this again, avoidable death like this. We are very, very sad as well that such a thing happened, but we hope that moving forward, people will take precautions. People will, put in themselves, of course, like we said, in as much as we have the actors, guild, government, and all that. For yourself, first of all, put yourself. You are the person involved. You live for yourself, for God, and for your life, of course. And so that would be a good place to wrap up the show. Thank you, Blessing. Thank you, Daddy Chris, and of course, beautiful Princess and Shalom. Thank you for being on the show today. And of course, today's Friday. While you are out there having fun weekend, please think of yourself, think of the people around, and do the right thing. We'll see you again, of course, tomorrow for the weekend bulletin. Don't forget to follow us on our social media handle. Follow us on Facebook, on X, on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Hit on the notification bell and leave us with your comment. Of course, we'd love to hear from you. Do well also to be a brother's keeper today. Help somebody, reach out to somebody, and of course, put a smile on the face of somebody today. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, Owambe, and of course, proof time after work. But please be careful. We'll see you again tomorrow. I remain yours truly, Princess Cassie. Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business, and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion, and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5. OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides